Budgeting is a critical component of successful projects. Whether you're working on a small business initiative or large scale enterprise project, financial planning determines the viability and execution of your goals. However, many projects run into trouble due to budgeting mistakes, which can lead to delays, quality compromises, or even complete failure. By understanding these common pitfalls, you can take proactive steps to ensure your project stays financially sound and on track. So let's explore 10 common budgeting mistakes that could derail your project and provide insights on how to avoid them. These mistakes range from underestimating costs to failing to review the budget regularly. By addressing these issues head on, project managers and teams can create more resilient and effective financial plans, ultimately leading to project success. One of the biggest pitfalls in project budgeting is underestimating expenses. Many projects fail because initial cost estimates don't account for all required expenses, leading to financial shortfalls that can disrupt timelines and force compromises. Often, project managers assume best case scenarios and fail to consider external variables such as unexpected delays, vendor price changes, or additional labor requirements. This short sightedness can result in a desperate search for additional funding or, in worst cases, project abandonment. To avoid this issue, it's crucial to conduct thorough research before finalizing the budget. Looking at historical data from similar projects, consulting experts, and breaking down every aspect of the project into detailed cost categories can lead to a more accurate budget. A well-documented financial plan should include not just direct expenses, but also indirect expenses, such as administrative fees, licensing, training, and unforeseen operational needs. Ensuring a comprehensive budget from the outset minimizes the risk of financial strain later on in the project. No project goes exactly as planned, and some unexpected costs are inevitable. Without a contingency fund, you may find yourself scrambling for additional resources, causing delays and inefficiencies. Many projects operate on tight budgets without factoring in a cushion for unforeseen expenses, leaving them vulnerable to financial shocks when things do not go as expected. This often leads to difficult choices such as reducing scope, delaying timelines, or seeking additional funds from the stakeholders at the last minute. A contingency fund acts as a safety net, allowing projects to absorb unexpected costs without major disruptions. Allocating 10 or 20% of the total budget to a contingency reserve can provide flexibility when facing price fluctuations, supply chain disruptions, rework for quality, or regulatory changes. Regularly assessing potential risks and making adjustments to the contingency reserve as the project progresses ensures that financial buffers remain adequate. This proactive approach can prevent panic-driven decision-making and keep the project on a steady course. Many projects experience budget overruns because expenses aren't monitored closely. When project teams fail to track spending in real time, they risk exceeding their financial limits before they even realize it. Without a structured system in place to record and review expenditures, small cost overruns can accumulate and snowball into a significant budget crisis. Real-time financial tracking allows project managers to identify potential issues before they become serious problems. Utilizing project management and budgeting tools to record and analyze expenses can help teams stay within financial limits. Regular budget reviews, scheduled check-ins, and designated financial oversight roles can improve spending visibility. By continuously monitoring the budget, Teams can adjust their financial strategies as needed, ensuring that resources are being used efficiently and effectively. While large expenses are typically well accounted for, small costs can quickly add up and strain your budget. Many project teams focus on big ticket items such as salaries, equipment, and infrastructure, but fail to account for minor yet possibly recurring expenses. These seemingly insignificant costs, software subscriptions, administrative fees, sale taxes, fuel needed to run equipment, and overtime pay, can accumulate over time and create unanticipated budget shortfalls. Prevent financial surprises. Every project should implement a system for tracking all expenses, no matter how minor. Using accounting software that categorizes expenditures can help identify patterns and ensure that all costs are considered in financial planning. Establishing a habit of documenting every expenditure ensures that nothing is overlooked. Teams should also conduct periodic financial audits to catch overlooked expenses early and make necessary budget adjustments before they impact overall financial health. Scope creep, where project requirements expand beyond the original plan, can wreak havoc on your budget. When new features, additional tasks, or unplanned modifications are introduced without adjusting the budget accordingly, the project can quickly become financially unmanageable. Without a clearly defined scope, project teams may find themselves committing to work they were not originally resourced for, leading to cost overruns and financial instability. Prevent scope creep. It's crucial to establish well-defined project goals, deliverables, and limitations from the start. This requires clear documentation and agreement from all stakeholders regarding the project's scope and budget. Implementing a change control process can manage and assess any scope modifications before they're approved. Regular communication among team members and stakeholders ensures that budgetary constraints are respected and that scope changes are managed responsibly. Tight project timelines can lead to increased costs, such as overtime pay, expedited shipping, and rushed work that requires redoing later. Unrealistic deadlines put strain on both financial and human resources, making it difficult to adhere to the original budget. Rushing a project often leads to errors that require costly corrections, causing further budget strain and inefficiencies. Balancing efficiency and reasonable scheduling expectations is key to cost effective project management. Setting achievable deadlines based on realistic project planning and thorough time estimation reduces the likelihood of unexpected costs. Allowing contingency time for potential delays and unforeseen circumstances ensures that the project team stays within budget while maintaining quality. By prioritizing strategic scheduling, project managers can avoid unnecessary financial pressures and ensure a smoother workflow. Economic conditions can significantly impact project costs, and failing to account for inflation, particularly for long term projects or market fluctuations, can lead to budget shortfalls. Prices for materials, labor, and services often increase over time, making it essential to include potential cost escalations in a multi year budget. Ignoring market trends can result in underestimated expenses that put the project at financial risk. To mitigate this issue, project managers should conduct thorough market research and incorporate projected inflation rates into their financial plans. Establishing supplier contracts with fixed pricing can help mitigate risks associated with price fluctuations. Additionally, regularly updating financial projections based on economic conditions allows teams to make informed decisions and avoid budgetary surprises. Miscommunication between departments can lead to duplicate spending, unauthorized purchases, or financial inefficiencies. The lack of transparency between finance, management, and operational teams can cause discrepancies that impact budget management and allocation. Establishing clear and open financial communication channels is essential for effective budgeting. Utilizing centralized budget management tools can improve transparency and ensure that all teams are aligned. Regular budget meetings provide opportunities to discuss financial status, address concerns, and implement necessary adjustments. Clear documentation of budget related decisions ensures that all stakeholders remain informed and engaged in financial planning. Project budget is not a fixed document. It should evolve alongside the project. Many project managers make the critical mistake of setting a budget at the start and assuming it's going to remain relevant throughout the project lifecycle. However, unforeseen challenges, market changes, and project scope adjustments often necessitate financial modifications. Without regular budget reviews, teams may find themselves overspending in certain areas while underfunding crucial aspects of the project. This misallocation can lead to financial instability, delays, or the need for last minute emergency funding, which may not always be available. To avoid this, project managers should schedule periodic budget reviews, ideally at key project milestones or phases. By assessing financial reports, identifying discrepancies, and making necessary adjustments, teams can ensure that resources are being used effectively. If new costs arise, the budget should be adjusted in a timely manner to accommodate them without compromising the project's overall financial health. Proactive budget management allows for flexibility, ensuring that the project remains financially viable and aligned with its objectives. Relying solely on one source of funding is a high risk strategy that can jeopardize an entire project. Many projects depend on a single investor, grant, or internal budget allocation, assuming that the funds will remain stable throughout the project's duration. However, financial uncertainties, economic downturns, or shifts in organizational priorities can lead to unexpected funding cuts. If this happens and there is no alternative financial plan, the project may be forced to halt, significantly scaled down, or maybe even abandoned entirely. To mitigate this risk, project managers should attempt to diversify their funding sources, exploring multiple financial avenues such as securing multiple investors, applying for grants, crowdfunding, establishing multiple revenue streams. These provide a safety net in case one source dries up. Additionally, creating contingency financial plans can help cushion against potential funding disruptions. By taking a diversified approach to funding, projects can remain resilient and adaptable, ensuring that financial setbacks do not lead to complete failure. Effective budgeting is essential for project success. By avoiding these common mistakes, you can ensure financial stability, minimize financial risks, and increase the likelihood of project completion within budget. Regular financial oversight, clear communication, and strategic planning will help you maintain control over your budget and achieve project success. Start implementing these best practices today to keep your projects on track and financially viable. As always, thanks for listening and watching, everyone. We appreciate your attention to these tips. If you're finding this content valuable, please like, share, and consider subscribing to the channel. It helps us, and it helps us get the word out to others that might benefit. Take care, and I'll see you soon with another tip.